Representative Thompson. Representative Brewer.
Mr. Clerk, I move that Representative Frey of Bangor, Representative Mastracchio of Sanford, Representative Bates of Westbrook, Representative Maker of Calais, Representative McElwee of Caribou, and Representative Hawk of Booth Bay Harbor be appointed a committee to receive, sort, and count votes for the election of Speaker.
Clerk understands the Representative Thompson, Representative Kruger, Representative Bangor, Representative Fry, Representative Sanford, Representative Mastracchio, Representative Westbrook, Representative Bates, Representative Callis, Representative Baker, Representative Caribou, Representative McElwee, Representative Booth Bay Harbor, Representative Hawk be appointed a committee to receive, sort, and count votes for Speaker of the House. Is this clerk of the House? Let's vote. Recognize the Representative Lewis, Representative Tuttle.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I move the name of Mark W. Eves of North Berwick be placed in nomination as Speaker of the House and wish to speak to my motion.
Representative Lewis and Representative Tuttle has placed the name of Mark W. Eves of North Berwick in nomination for Speaker of the House. The Representative may proceed.
Thank you. Men and women of the House, I've had the privilege and honor to serve the people of Lewiston in the state legislature for 16 years. In that time, I served on the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee as chair and lead and as a member. I've worked with many great lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. Mark Eves stands out as one of these lawmakers for his sincerity, his belief in and commitment to the people of Maine, and his ability to listen. His steady hand, calm demeanor, and strong integrity make him the perfect choice to lead the House during this delicate balance of powers. Mark understands how to compromise and work across the aisle, even during the toughest negotiations. He's patient and caring, and he truly believes we can and must do better for the people we represent. These are the values that guide him. And it was these values he used to negotiate a bipartisan budget 4 years ago, when most pundits and even some lawmakers believed our state would shut down. For Mark, however, failure was never an option, and he wouldn't allow it. Under Mark's leadership last session and the leadership of many Republicans and Democrats here today, the Appropriations Committee came to an agreement that helped our nursing homes, helped clear the wait list for our most vulnerable, and invested in education from pre-K to college. Mark will work with Republicans, Democrats, Independents, and the government to move our state forward while protecting working families, seniors, and our natural resources. Maine families across our state are struggling. Our economy lags behind the nation, and our wages are not growing fast enough. We must have leaders who can set aside partisanship and work with others to get results. Mark is that leader. He understands that we must put partisanship aside to create good-paying jobs for many people. He did this when he negotiated the bond package, which invests in our economy and helps grow the jobs of our future. Mark has championed bipartisan legislation to strengthen job training for those seeking welfare in our state, and he worked to increase property tax relief for our seniors and middle-class families. He has worked to spotlight the challenges facing our aging population to ensure that seniors, like his 91-year-old father, can have a more secure retirement. As a leader, Mark has always listened. He's taken my advice and the advice of others. He's given me words of wisdom and sympathy when I most needed them. And he has always kept his word. This is what you can expect from Speaker Eves. Mark's experience as a former therapist has served him well. He's a father of 3, a dedicated husband, and a son of a military pastor and a school teacher. His commitment to our state and to service to the people of this state starts with his roots in his family and community. I urge you to join me in voting for Mark Eves. He will continue to lead and serve us well. Thank you.
Clerk recognizes Representative Warren, Representative Sanford.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I proudly rise to second the nomination of Representative Mark W. Eves of North Berwick as Speaker of the House for the 127th Legislature and wish to speak to my nomination. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Mr. Clerk, ladies and gentlemen of the House, Mark Eves and I came into the legislature together, and I was lucky enough to be his seatmate and serve with him on the Health and Human Services Committee for our first 2 terms. From the first day on, he has earned my profound respect. I know Mark to have the qualities needed to be a truly great leader. He is first and foremost kind, caring, and compassionate. He is a man of great integrity, true to his word, and treats everyone with respect and fairness. I believe Mark's training as a marriage and family counselor brings many strengths that it takes to do the job before him, not the least of which is active listening and understanding. Mark is a family man who manages to balance his life as a loving father of 3 young children and the demands and intensity the job of Speaker of the House brings with grace and decorum. Millie McFarland was and would truly continue to be so proud. Mark has proven himself as Speaker of the 126th Legislature. He has shown all these great qualities and the good work that Representative Rotundo has spoken to. I ask that the 127th Legislature, in a bipartisan way, bipartisan gesture, support Representative Mark W. Eves for a second term as Speaker of the House, proving to the great state of Maine that we are ready and willing to work together for the greater good of her people. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Chelsea.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Mr. Clerk, I move that the name of Kenneth Wade Fredette of Newport be placed in nomination as Speaker of the House, and I wish to speak for a motion.
Representative Chelsea, Representative Sanderson, to place the name of Kenneth Wade Fredette of Newport in nomination for Speaker of the House. Representative Baker Street.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. It is with great pleasure that I nominate Kenneth Wade Fredette as Speaker of the House this morning. First of all, as we go forward into the 127th, we should start out by offering choices to all members of this chamber. Choices for leadership within our individual caucuses have already taken place, and today we vote on who we would like to lead us as an entire body. During the last 2 years, we have struggled with gridlock on some of the most contentious policy decisions, and some perhaps not so contentious, that came before us. With a large majority on one side and a determined minority on the other, the opportunity for bipartisan work on some very important pieces of legislation became lost in the power struggle. As a result, there were some pieces of good legislation that died in the hands of partisan bickering. And if we had been able to find middle ground and work together on these, we would have been a great benefit to the people of this state. As we open the 127, we have an opportunity to change the tone and create an opportunity for good work to be done within these walls. We have the opportunity to put someone in place who can provide a much-needed voice for our chamber as a whole to be successful and negotiate what we need as a body, and would like to see passed with the other body and the second floor. Today, we have the opportunity to show that we are serious when we say we want to avoid gridlock, that we are serious when we want to work across the aisle, and that we are serious when we say we want to work together. I urge you to cast your vote for Representative Fredette, the Speaker of the House, and lead us in the 127th legislature. Thank you.
Order recognizes Representative Rotundo. Representative Barrett.
Well, Mr. Clark, I second the nomination of Kenneth Wade Fredette of Newport for Speaker of the House.
The court recognizes Representative from Eagle Lake. Representative Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I move nomination cease.
Representative from Eagle Lake, Representative Martin has moved that nomination cease. Is this the pleasure of the House? Let's vote. At this time, ballots will be distributed to members in their seats. You will receive 2 ballots, one with each name of the nominees. You will be called down